And okay, we are live.
All right.
What did y'all think?
I thought it was pretty good, honestly. Uh, like I've seen this YouTube channel before, and their videos are always really good in terms of the storyline and like cinematography, like their camera shots, their like how they position the cameras, how the story is told, really. And I think it did really well with like filming him in his like a current state of like depression, waking up on the floor, being all like depressed and whatever, and then just shows his progression throughout the whole video and how he's fighting his conflict, internally.
Right. Yeah, that's great. And yeah, one of the things I noticed is like as far as the character arc, I mean, we saw at the beginning he was obviously completely alone, super depressed, didn't want to get out of bed, and how just communicating with other people was able to turn him around. And even at the end, he got hit in the face, but he still smiled because he was finally like recovered and was back and was himself again. Even if the whole thing was kind of fake, like he didn't actually know any of these people, but just being able to communicate with other people was able to deliver him out of that situation. And so I think that also gets into the conflict was kind of, I guess, him versus himself. Um, and it was interesting because I guess he couldn't win that conflict himself. He needed, I guess, the help. Just to be around other people was enough to help him win. I guess. I don't know. Anything
Yeah, I
else?
think like the conflict, I guess it's still internal, but it was kind of like him versus his own loneliness. And then I kind of thought when the last guy came in and he talked about yelling at him on the phone, I feel like that was kind of a foreshadow. Like I kind of picked up where it was going to go from there, especially after he was like, oh, like you got to stop seeing her. And then got into like how it's his family, he's bringing up his family and stuff. And honestly, I thought maybe that's where he would stop. Like I thought for a second he'd be like, all right, is this too far? But he just kept going with it. And then like the other thing I thought was really like powerful about it was the just repetition of but it was 10 times better than sitting at home, like even after he just got rocked in the face and was bleeding all over the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a great point. Um, yeah,
Did
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, did he so like I guess that was kind of his resolution, or like his, I guess, what he his realization or whatever. Just, but like also I was thinking, is it really like a resolution? Did he really grow? You know, like like he, in a way I can see how he did, but also like all he did was go out and like play a character, and he got
Sure.
into that role. So is it really like him dealing with his loneliness? I think it's more of an escape.
Sure. Yeah, that's true. And I think at the end it was kind of like, oh, like he kind of looked at that lady like, oh, wow, like maybe that was, the solution or something. So I thought that was interesting. I also thought it was funny, like each each person he met, he was kind of playing a character, and obviously that's why they named it like Amuleto or whatever, like it was a play. But it was like the last person he talked to, it was like he was playing himself. It was like he was talking about yeah loneliness. That yeah that was neat. I thought that was a neat touch.
Yeah, I almost thought like the resolution was kind of just maybe the woman who was working in the coffee shop like acknowledging him at the end. I mean, obviously it's
Yeah,
because hurt, like
yeah,
she has to, but like I feel like that is kind of what led to him repeating that line, like, "Oh, it was 10 times better than sitting at home," type thing. Like maybe that's what he was looking for. Cause I feel like remember they showed the shot in the very beginning of him just like looking at the woman when he walked in. I
yeah,
thought there was something in that.
yeah. That was probably foreshadowing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then at the end, like she looks down to him when he's like waking up or whatever type thing. So
So is that just? I guess they were just kind of leaving it up to the viewer, like whether or not that is that, or
yeah, definitely.
Right.
into
Yeah. I think those are all great points.
it.
Uh,
Anything else? Um,
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like there just wasn't really that much of a storyline type thing. Like I didn't really feel like we left off at the end any different than the beginning. You know, like
Yeah, it was just kind of a subtle change in his character. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
like I guess there was, but like wasn't at the same time type thing.
like he's a lonely guy, or whatever, just getting out of a breakup. I guess it's supposed to be relatable.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Um, I don't know. Just another thing that I kind of noticed when he was like talking to these other people, he was like kind of an asshole. Like he was being an advocate a lot.
I
Uh,
also thought there was like I think something about the way the actor looked like made it more convincing that like these people would just walk in and assume he's the guy they're looking for. Like there's something about his just like very like vanilla looking
Yeah,
face that
yeah,
like be
yeah,
like, yeah, this is probably the guy type
yeah.
thing.
It's like
yeah,
how did they not all notice? Like one of them's in a legal battle with the dude, and how do you not notice that's not the guy you're suing?
yeah. I know that's a great point, but that I mean that's kind of what made it funny. So
Yeah.
I thought that was good.
Overall, I think it was a good film.
Yeah. So was it? So I guess the question is, uh, was it? What is it? Was it entertaining and was it good, or did you enjoy it and was it good?
So I can
Yeah.
say it was enjoyable.
Yeah, it was definitely enjoyable. I don't know if I could say definitively it was good though. I feel like it was kind of basic almost. Like I think the idea was very good, but I don't think anything about the actual short itself. Like there was some key, like clever little cinematography pieces and like shots, but nothing really blew me away, honestly. So I wouldn't like
I
say
think
necessarily it was really good or anything like that.
I think it did the best it did the best it could with it being a short and all.
Sure. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say it was enjoyable, but I don't know if it was good just because it was like I don't know if there was enough resolution at the end, but maybe that was what they were going for. Maybe they were trying to make it subtle. But yeah, I wished it was like, oh, he finally found happiness, which I guess he kind of did, but it wasn't like, oh,
It was like a letdown that that was his like resolution, I guess. Too much.
yeah. uh, all right. Anything else we want to add, or will that
Mm,
close it off?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. All right. That'll be the end.